Hey everyone, welcome back. It's Melanie, or She Shed Scrappers. So today I am back with a one-page layout using the Safe Travels collection from Simple Stories. I am going to be using one of the frames from the collection, which I only have frames for a couple of collections, and not gonna lie, I kind of struggle to use them sometimes. But I decided to use it with this collection, and it's actually going to be some camping photos. I am going to fill the frame with 2 photos and thought maybe I would try to sneak a third photo in there, but just didn't like the way that it would look. So here I am. I trimmed down my photo. I'm going to have to trim it even more. But what I love about the frames is there's some embellishing. I'm thinking on almost all the frames. So it's either great by itself or a great starting point for your embellishment clusters. I think I add to each of these different clusters here, or each of the images on this frame. I use those as a base for my clusters. So now that I have that done, I am going to kind of do some layers, using lots of, I don't know, I love the colors of this collection. It's just such a different color scheme, I think. And it's a travel collection, but they do have some like cute little RVs and stuff. So I decided instead of using regular camping paper, outdoor paper, that I was going to try to use this up because quite honestly, it's been hanging out in my stash for quite a while. And I've only done a handful of layouts using it. So I am going to use that yellow paper, and then I just cut that blue striped paper into chunks because I'm going to have that kind of go behind the yellow paper. And then I'm going to use this teal paper here as another layer at the top and the bottom of the yellow. Initially, I thought I was going to layer it underneath of the yellow paper, but kind of liked how it looked layered on top of it. So I think I'm going to leave it like that. I did want to incorporate this paper as well. It is a little bit on the busier side, so I didn't want a lot of it, but I did want to incorporate it because this is a paper that has the tents and the campers and that kind of thing. So I am going to do a strip kind of down the middle of the paper. So again, I'm just going to use little strips of it because I don't need it obviously to go the length of the paper. So once I kind of cut that down, I commit to the plan, I guess, what you kind of saw, and I'm just going to tape that down, make sure they're kind of even. I think I just use my Versamat and line it up based on kind of, you see the ruler at the top, the bottom, the sides. A lot of times I use my T-square, which I absolutely love my T-square. But I think for this, I actually just use my Versamat. So I will link that down below for you. I love the Versamat. Just kind of, especially doing videos, I was struggling trying to make sure I had everything kind of in picture for you guys to see. There were some things I was doing off camera and it was really getting frustrating. So that is another reason I love the Versamat, because I can, focus in on that, kind of zoom in and then know that you guys are going to see everything. So again, using the Versamat and I do bring out my T-square. I apologize, but I did that vertical paper without it. I knew I couldn't do a layout without that trusty T-square. Again, I kind of just decided to do that paper over top of it for something different. I could have dovetailed both ends of it as well. That would have, I think, looked kind of cool. But again, I just didn't. It was just something different, I guess, that I was trying. I love these tags. Love how Simple Stories has started with a whole tag paper. I think it's great, and love how they're mixed up just some patterns or some phrases, and the backside is journaling. Love that. So I kind of wanted to use a tag, but kind of spoiler alert, don't end up using it. These foam stickers here are great titles, so I just had to kind of figure out what I wanted my title to be. I ended up using this kind of Aqua Explore. I almost struggled using the Explorer because I feel like it's such a great title for a number of layouts. But I have two of the chipboard sheets, and there is kind of like a coral rust color Explorer. So I have two of those, and so I decided, I guess I will commit to using that. I don't know if anybody else struggles using supplies. I don't need to hoard, that is for sure. So ended up using it, and I'm happy that I did. So kind of playing with the title, I didn't want it to be plain at the top. Loved that little backpack, loved the little campers as well. Picked out the ephemera pieces that I thought I would be using or could use, and just kind of playing around with those. Again, I wanted to kind of add to the images on the frame. I thought those were good starting points for clusters, and so that is what I end up doing. So I did move that backpack to the right. I'm going to layer the binoculars over top of that, and going to commit to the navy camper to the left. It was a little bit smaller than that kind of rust colored one I had initially. So it's kind of why I switched it. I didn't want the large camper up there. So found that map and thought it was super cute over there. The compass on the right-hand side. Again, I have quite a bit of this collection, so it's fun. Again, I struggled using that Explore, but with the other pieces, it's fun just to kind of build up your clusters, kind of larger clusters, and use up the pieces. Again, this has been sitting in my stash for quite a while, and I just have not used a bunch of it. So here I brought out the little puffy stickers, so I'm adding a couple of those in each cluster. I have just really enjoyed, probably over the last week, just layering my papers, or at least making it look like they're heavily layered like this. I think it's a good way. If you have scraps, it's a great way to use scraps, because like you could see, that blue paper doesn't go all the way across. That camper paper doesn't go all the way down. It's good, if you just have small bits to kind of cut them up and make them look like they are layered. I kind of wanted to use some of my flares from Scrap and Happy Studio, but they were kind of large for my clusters, I thought. And then I have been planning my layouts and kind of plan to use some stamps from Close to My Heart, but again, that just didn't work out this time. I did add journaling stickers from Close to My Heart, and I will add some more once I journal all of it and know how many I need. But that is going to finish off this layout. I hope you guys enjoy, and we will see you next time. Bye, guys.